All right, listen up. This isn't some fluffy, hands-on unboxing. This is a rigorous, technical explainer. Welcome to Tech Verdict Central, where we chew through the specs and do the heavy lifting of research so you can buy better, without any regrets. Look, I've spent hours curating the data, combing through the instruction manual, and analyzing real buyer reports for the NIIMBOT B1 Label Maker, so you literally don't have to.
Because here is the absolute truth. Before you spend a single dime of your hard-earned money on this product, you need the actual facts. I've deep dived into the spec sheet and isolated the main flaws and advantages reported by real buyers to give you the real verdict. We are looking strictly at the data to see if this compact label printer actually lives up to its practical ambitions or if it just falls flat.
And hey, just to make your life a little easier right out of the gate, if you already know what you're looking for and want to secure the lowest price from a reliable seller right now, the official and safe affiliate link is waiting for you right down in the description. Okay, let's get straight to the technical data.
Section 1. Spec Sheet Breakdown.
Okay, let's dive into this and look directly at what the manufacturer promises on paper. We're going to completely strip away the marketing jargon and look at the raw hardware specifications. Taking a look at this data, we can clearly map out the foundational hardware profile of the NIIMBOT B1. The maximum print size, it caps out at exactly 2 inches. For connectivity, it leverages a built-in Bluetooth module to interface with your devices. Aesthetically, the unit we're analyzing today comes in a standard blue casing. And critically, for compatibility, the factory specs state it integrates with both smartphones and PCs. This hardware profile is aimed squarely at home, school, small business, and office environments, basically promising a highly compact design that you can just toss in a backpack or a standard kitchen drawer without it taking over your entire workspace. But hold on a second. Before we move too fast, keep this in mind, there is a very specific detail in the spec sheet regarding how this device actually connects that could completely change your buying decision. I'll show you exactly what that is in just a minute, but first, we really need to understand how this machine actually processes a print job.
Which brings us to Section 2. Inkless Printing Technology.
So the primary technical differentiator that NIIMBOT pushes for the B1 is its printing tech. The spec sheet reveals that it doesn't use standard liquid ink at all, and this brilliantly illustrates exactly how they pull that off. It utilizes thermal transfer technology. This is essentially a scientific method that uses highly controlled heat to activate and create durable labels right on specialized thermal paper. By completely eliminating traditional ink cartridges from the hardware architecture, the B1 removes the mess of liquid ink and, more importantly, the recurring annoying expense of buying replacement cartridges. From a purely data-driven perspective, this drastically lowers your long-term operational costs.
Moving on to Section 3. Honest Advantages.
Now that we understand the hardware boundaries and the internal printing mechanism, let's see what the curated data and real-world performance actually tell us about this budget-friendly solution. What I liked most when analyzing the performance data was its genuine day-to-day utility. The physical footprint makes it genuinely portable. You can easily move it from a home office right to a smart business stockroom. The pricing is highly budget-friendly, making it incredibly accessible for a wide market. Plus, the companion software provides highly versatile templates, fonts, colors, and designs, transforming mundane labeling into a pretty creative, enjoyable task. Finally, that cable-free Bluetooth connectivity ensures seamless integration, meaning you can design and print entirely on the go without being tethered to a desktop computer or some wall outlet.
Now, what's really interesting about this is that the very features making this device so portable also introduce its biggest weaknesses. There is a critical point you need to consider before swiping your credit card. So what is the critical connectivity flaw you absolutely must know?
Let's get into it in Section 4. Critical Limitations.
Let's strip away the hype entirely and look strictly at the limitations. As an objective analyst, I have to point out exactly where the product physically stops being useful, based entirely on the curated data and the manual. Here are the hard facts. First, that 2-inch maximum size, it's a rigid physical limit. While it's super versatile for basic jars and folders, it is simply too small if you require labels for large shipping boxes or need to print extensive, highly detailed text. Second, and this is that hidden detail I teased earlier, that convenient Bluetooth connectivity absolutely requires a compatible smartphone or tablet to function on the go. If you don't have a smart device handy, or if you just prefer a totally standalone label maker with a built-in physical keyboard, this device will not work for you. Lastly, while the app is versatile, user reports indicate the software customization options might not satisfy everyone's specific professional design preferences.
And that leads us to Section 5. The final verdict.
So, the crucial point is figuring out exactly where the scale tips. We have the budget-friendly, inkless portability on one side, and the 2-inch, smartphone-dependent limitations on the other. Weighing the real-world performance against its accessible price tag, our unbiased, data-driven verdict is a very confident yes, but only for specific use cases. The ideal buyer is someone like a student, a teacher, a small business owner, or a home organizer. If you need a reliable, creative tool for everyday labeling and you don't want to spend a fortune on premium brands, this fits your profile perfectly. The wrong buyer, conversely, is absolutely anyone who needs large labels, extensive text formatting, or simply doesn't want to rely on a smart device to get their printing done. For that demographic, purchasing this unit would frankly be a waste of money.
But for the right audience, the NIIMBOT B1 delivers honest, dependable value that flawlessly matches its practical ambitions. If the technical specs of this product make sense for your specific needs, remember that the safe, discounted link straight from Amazon is waiting for you down below in the description and in the pinned comment. Happy shopping! Thank you for joining me for this technical analysis, and I'll see you in the next explainer.